My name is Nathan Lane. I'd like to begin by thanking you all for coming out today. I'll try to keep this brief as I know you all didn't come out to hear me speak. Some absolutely amazing help to put this event together, so many that I honestly don't have the time to recognize them all. Suffice to say, organizing this event has been a joy, and seeing the passion that so many people have put into it is extremely inspiring to me. We also have many partners who have come together in solidarity today. I'd like to take a moment to thank them all for being here. We have Food and Water Watch with us, Awaken Cincinnatians, Label the Truth, Occupy Cincinnati, Food Not Bombs, the Hamilton County and the Kentucky Green Party, Anonymous Cincinnati, and Greenpeace Cincinnati. There are also many national partners. These national partners include Occupy Monsanto, Nation of Change, Moms Against Monsanto, Children of Vietnam Veterans Health Alliance, Billions Against Monsanto, and many, many more that I'm sure I'm missing. So I want to thank them all for participating and making this event happen. We should also take note of the fact that there are truly millions of people around the world marching today, and many of them that will be marching at the exact same time that we are. This is truly a global action. Now, today I stand before you wearing many hats. I'm a Green Party candidate for state representative in the 29th District. I'm a master electrician by trade, but most importantly, I stand before you today as a father. And it's in that role, that of father, that I speak to you now. I care deeply about the world that my daughter grows up in, and I care deeply about the food that she eats. I think we all feel that way, or we would not be here today. We are all here to march against Monsanto, and trust me, there are plenty of reasons to protest against Monsanto. I would like to talk about where we go from here, the way forward, if you will. It's one thing to take to the streets and make noise protesting. It's all very worthwhile, and hopefully we educate some people today while we are marching. At the end of the day, though, we must start taking positive action to address the issues related to genetically modified food. In other words, we need to leave here fighting for something. So on that note, I want to tell you about a citizen-driven initiative that will do just that. The effort's kicking off next Wednesday at 6 p.m. right across the street from us over here at the library in the tower room. It's called Label the Truth, and our objective is to pass an amendment to the Ohio Constitution that would require all GMOs to be labeled in the state of Ohio. Yeah, that's what we're cheering about. Now, the presence of soy, peanuts, dairy, caffeine, fake sugar, or any other number of ingredients are presently labeled on the food products that we buy. What we are asking for with GMOs is no different. Is PA going out?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right. My basic position on this issue is that we've waited on the politicians and the corporations long enough. They won't do the right thing on their own. It's time that we demand to know what we are eating. As consumers, we have that right. It's called truth in advertising. So in closing, I just want to say that let's keep it peaceful and positive today. Let's spread the word about Monsanto and GMOs. And let's educate our fellow citizens about the dangers involved and the importance on
this side of the road.
And knowing the presence of GMOs in the products that we buy. So I'd like to thank you all again for coming out today for the 2014 March Against Monsanto in Cincinnati. I'm thrilled to be marching at your sides today. Please feel free to ask me any questions that you might have about the effort to get GMOs labeled in the state of Ohio. We will need everybody's help to make this a reality, but we will do it. Together we will make history. I'd like to hand off to Nancy Pessler now. Is that Pessler, Nancy Pessler. She has a few words to say about Monsanto and her experiences in the Sailor Park community growing up.
Thank you, Nathan. Thanks, you guys, for being here at March Against Monsanto. It won't take much of your time because we need to get to the real meat of the problem. Closer? Is that better? Okay, thanks for being here. We need to get to the real meat of the problem, which is marching against Monsanto. Can you hear me? No? Okay. Anyway, we need to get to the real meat of the problem, which is marching against Monsanto. I just want to share with you quickly a story that... Woo! What do I do?
Just talk right here.
Oh, just talk right here. Can you hear me now?
Yeah!
Hey! So I want to share a story with you of growing up in Sailor Park. Many of you know where that is. It's a 2-mile community at the end of the city limits on the west side. Thank you. And when I grew I know that? Because they came to our community anytime that they were emitting toxins in the air and said, you need to leave. Like, leave your community at 10 o'clock at night and go somewhere until you're notified by the news, because we didn't have cell phones back then, to come back to your home. The other thing many of you may be aware of is that recently in Addiston, Ohio, the Addiston Elementary Grade School was torn down. Why? Because there were toxins in the school and on the school property. Where is Addiston School located? Across from the Monsanto plant, which is now Lenexus. So if any of you do a Google search, Hagee Lamore, who's with 19, she's with 19 now, she did a story on it when she was with CPO. And that'll give you all the details about what was going on during that time frame when it raised the school. But me personally, that's why I'm here, in addition to the reason you all are here. I have a rare autoimmune disease. It's called MCTD. It's too long to go into to explain, but in a nutshell, I'm a patient at the Mayo Clinic because it's so rare that no one here in the greater Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky, Indiana area knew what to do for me. So the reason I bring that up is, again, referencing back to the Sailor Park community, a 2-mile community. 3 people in my immediate family have a rare disease. One of them died of cancer. That would be my aunt, God rest her soul. The second one is my cousin, my second cousin. He has Fragile X. For those of you who have children, you may have heard of Fragile X. These are rare diseases. So I think it's highly coincidental that myself, my aunt, and my cousin all have these rare diseases that the doctors are just stumped by. In addition to that, that's just myself and my immediate family. In that 2-mile community, you ask anyone, whoever lives in Sailor Park or grew up in Sailor Park, they will tell you they know folks who either have MS, died of cancer, whatever. My point is this: Monsanto has done nothing beneficial to the community that I grew up in. So, like you, I say, let's march against Monsanto. Have a good day.
All right, everybody. We don't have any other speakers. We had somebody else in mind, and they never got back with us. So, and we're all running a little bit behind schedule anyway. So why don't we go ahead and get this march on the road? Yeah. We're going to be marching south on Vine Street down to the Taste of Cincinnati. And there's a lot of people there at the Taste of Cincinnati, and they love food, or they wouldn't be here today, right? We all love food too, right? Yeah. We just want to know that the food we're eating is safe to eat. So, on that note, I want to make sure we're all aware of the fact that it's got to be a peaceful march. A lot of these people are going to see us and hear this message for the first time. So we need to make sure that when they see us, we're greeting them with a smile and educating them and letting them know what's going on, not scaring them away from us. All right? We're going to keep this peaceful, march down Vine, hit 5th Street, march across to come back. When we get back here, for those of you that are really hardcore, we need maybe 15, 20 people or so. We're going to march down to 4 Washington Way. We have a bunch of large 2x2 signs that say label GMO foods. And we're going to display those over 4 Washington Way for a half hour to an hour or so even more people can be educated. So if anybody's interested in participating on that second march when we get back here, for those of you with more stamina and or time on your hands, just stick around and we'll get kicked off probably about 15 minutes after we return here. So on that note, I'm going to hand this PA off to who's our resident speech, our chanter. All right, here you go. Thank you all again for coming out. I really appreciate your presence here today. Let's go change the world. Yeah.